What up, y'all? You know what week it is. OU and Mizzou, baby.
What the hell?
We got a good podcast. We're trying something new. We're gonna try and shorten it up a little bit. You know, we've been going for an hour and a half, and my mom honestly told me it was too long. So
Yeah, enough of the yapping.
We yap a little bit, so we want to get to the
so
point.
we're trying to get straight to it. But
It's gonna be hard.
we got some college football playoff brackets for y'all.
Yeah.
So
Which name?
hey, this is the Boomer Backfield,
Yeah.
and I'm Kylan Lacaze.
I'm Colby Routh.
And I'm Spencer May.
So let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
First thing off the list, playoff bracket. So we told you last week that we were each going to make a playoff bracket. The college football playoff rankings came out last week, or not last week. I'm sorry, I'm crashing out. Last night, and it's really interesting how the landscape is shaking up. So we decided to each make our own brackets. I made mine before the rankings came out, which was a terrible idea, and I had to make an adjustment literally a minute ago. But basically what I'm saying is like, college football is so crazy that these brackets are going to look probably ridiculous compared to what's actually going to end up happening come 4 weeks from now, because there's a lot of big games that we had to go through, a lot of cool things that are going to happen. So with that being said, we're going to each go through our brackets. We've allotted 5 minutes apiece to go over our brackets and our reasoning for what we're talking about and why we made the brackets that we did. So who wants to go first?
God, bro's cracked out, bros.
Bro's trying to hit that threshold.
Who wants to go first, man?
I'll go.
All right. That's fair.
I mean, mine was kind of just like a baseline little bracket.
Yep.
Not doing too much. I mean, I got a couple that, are like, decent. But for number one, let's go Ducks. Let's go Ducks.
All right.
Yeah.
Number
I like
two, I got Georgia. It'll probably be Georgia and Texas in the SEC ship.
Probably.
But I think Georgia is going to,
They already did it once.
right there. Why not do it again?
Yeah.
Huh? And then for number three, here's where I'm gonna raise some eyebrows. I got Smoo. I got Pony Up down there in Dallas
Crazy.
at number 3, beating Miami in the ACC ship. And number 4, I got BYU. So those are 4 buys. My 5 through 12. At 5, I got Ohio State. Number 6, I got Texas. Number 7, I got them Hoosiers. Number 8, I got the Tennessee Volunteers.
Wow.
Yeah. 9, I got Penn State.
Wowza.
10, the Boise State. What are they, Broncos?
Broncos.
That's a good pick. I think they're safe to get in there, man.
That's good.
For sure.
And my 11, I got Bama. Actually, no. Wait. No, my 10 is Miami.
Okay.
My 12 is Boise State, and my 11 is Alabama.
Wow.
So Alabama beats LSU this weekend, do you
I
think?
so.
And
All right, that's a big
Tennessee.
one. Tennessee
They
must beat Georgia,
beat
or
Georgia?
something. And then Georgia makes SU. Okay, buddy. Yep. Terrible bracket. Get him out of here.
Get him out. Then it does research.
That's fair.
We got some time. Do you want to go into like your
Yeah, you
reasoning?
can.
So you got a couple minutes.
Bro doesn't have reason.
I really don't. I just literally, I researched a couple, and I just said it's going to change so much that, the first bracket.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
It really doesn't matter. But, I mean, that's what it is. I think some crazy stuff's going to happen. So, hey,
Yeah.
why not throw out something outlandish?
Yeah.
No, well, the thing is, dude, you'll have data analysts out there breaking down every game, telling you this is going to be the bracket. Your bracket that you just guessed probably will be better. So,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. It's the college football rankings are garbage. I remember when OU made the playoff one year, we ranked like 18, I think, in the first ranking, and then we got in. So it's like these really do not matter at all, but they're fun to work with.
Exactly.
They're fun.
You want to go?
I'll go.
Let's go.
I'll put mine up. All right, it's all about conference championships. And so I think, first off, you're going to have Ohio State versus Oregon in Indianapolis. Ohio State almost beat Oregon on the road. I think they take care. And Ohio State's looked a lot better since that game. I think Ohio State wins. And since they're the 2 seed right now behind number 1 seed Oregon, I think they're number 1 seed in the playoff. The tough one was the SEC. The SEC is an absolute madhouse. And so I figured I'm going to go by likelihood of who's going to be in the SEC championship game. Texas, I think, has a pretty easy route to the SEC championship game as long as they beat A&M. I think they do beat A&M. It's a tough one. But Georgia, I think, has a much harder route. They go to Ole Miss this weekend, who just hung 63 on Arkansas, and then they host Tennessee, and they haven't looked great. Carson Beck has thrown more picks than touchdowns in the past few games, so my confidence in Georgia to win out is just not that high, and so I kind of hedged my bet on them, and I put Texas winning the SEC at the 2 seed.
That's fair.
Miami, I think, has the cakest of walks to the playoffs. So I put them at the 3 seed. I think what we're going to see is a SMU-Miami matchup in Charlotte, and I think Miami wins that game. I don't think SMU is a bad team, but I just think Miami is really good at winning close games, and that's what teams that go to the playoffs do. They win those close games. Also, SMU is not. It's just not. Cam Ward, I have a lot of faith in Cam Ward as well. So then the 4 seed.
Pony up.
I
love this.
All right, buddy. Yeah, all right, buddy. You ever gone down to Dallas and ate at a dang In-N-Out, and there's just guys literally eating in like a suit and tie? It's like, God, I hate SMU kids. Anyways, that's another discussion for another day. Yeah. So then the 4 seed. A lot of people have BYU winning the Big 12 here. I have BYU winning the Big 12. The issue is I think BYU, who's more likely to make a mistake on the way to their Big 12 or to their conference championship, BYU or Boise State? I think BYU has a way better chance of making a mistake. Therefore, I think they may have one loss. If not, they're the 4 seed. But I think there's a good chance that they might have a loss but I still think they'll win the Big 12 championship. I think Boise State is much more likely to be in the playoff than BYU. Yeah. So therefore, I got them at 4. Which is crazy. Can you imagine telling somebody a year ago that Boise State would have a bye in the playoff 4 seed? Just crazy.
The genteel thing.
So then you have a lot of conference championship losers here. So you have the Oregon Ducks at 5. I still think they'll be great. I just think they're losing to Ohio State and Indianapolis, which will basically be a home game for Ohio State. So Oregon at 5. At 6 is Georgia as an SEC championship game loser to Texas. Then at 7, this is where I hate doing this. Yep. I hate it, but look at what the playoff rankings told us. Penn State is ranked what? 7? Yep. What game are they losing for the rest of the year? They're not going to the Big Ten championship game. What game are they going to lose?
That's fair.
They aren't losing another game. So Penn State's going to be there. I have them at the 7 seed. I hate to say it. If they lose another game, sure, they're not going to be out. They're going to be in the 20 seed, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen, probably. I got Penn State at 7.
So crazy.
Another one, Notre Dame. Notre Dame, it's again, I don't want to do it. They don't deserve it, but look at where the playoff rankings put them. Who are they losing to? Probably nobody. Notre Dame. Number 9, Indiana. So Indiana is undefeated. They're in the playoff rankings right now, but I do think they lose to Ohio State in the road. But I think they'll get in. It's a tough one, but I do think they get in, even though they have that loss to Ohio State. That Big Ten schedule, you got to give them credit for 11-1 in the Big Ten. You deserve it. You deserve it. Then 10. This is where it gets really controversial. It's LSU. The reason why is because Alabama travels to LSU this weekend, and I think they win that game. And then the rest of their schedule is not bad.
We're on it.
Yep. And so then you're looking at a team that's right now, they're at like 14 or 15 in the rankings, and they're about to beat Bama, and they're not going to win. They're not going to lose the rest of the year. Well, that's my thought process here. They're not going to lose for the rest of the year. I think that's a cakewalk to the playoffs if you beat Bama, because they won't go to the SEC championship game in my opinion, because I think Georgia and Texas will. So yeah, that's my opinion there. Then I got Ole Miss, and that's because I think Ole Miss beats Georgia. Ooh. To be honest, I think Ole Miss beats Georgia this weekend. This is my least confident pick on this entire board is Ole Miss, because that's probably not going to happen. They're probably going to lose to Georgia this weekend, but I had nobody else to put there. That's the problem. It's like, who else do you put there in my scenario? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I just put Ole Miss there. And then, of course, BYU at 12 for winning the Big 12 with 1 loss.
Wowza. That's a good bracket. Okay.
Pretty good.
When we get into mine, the first thing I want to say is that there are a couple big names that are not on my bracket. And obviously, Spencer pulled up my bracket, but I had to change up a little bit. So I'm just going to read it off my sheet.
Clemson.
So here's my bracket. I'll go through my teams, and then I'll go through reasons for each team after and sum it up. At 1, I have Oregon. I don't think they're losing another game. 2, I have Georgia winning the SEC chip and securing the 2 seed. 3, I'm taking BYU winning the Big 12, going undefeated. 4, I'm taking SMU winning the ACC, winning it over Miami. I would place BYU over SMU purely because of the head-to-head. BYU beat SMU.
Do y'all think there's a chance that Boise State is ranked higher than SMU even if they win the ACC chip? Because they'll be undefeated. There's a chance.
Probably,
Just
yeah.
a thought process.
There's a chance. I don't know. 5, I have Texas A&M. 6, I have Alabama. 7, I have Miami. 8, I have Indiana. 9, I have Penn State. 10, I'm having Notre Dame, which I don't want to do that, but that's what you got to do. 11, I have Colorado. And 12, I have Boise State. So now I'll kind of go through. Oregon, I'm taking Oregon actually over Indiana in the Big Ten championship. I think Indiana beats Ohio State on the road this year.
I don't know. That's crazy. In the Buckeye?
I think so. And the reason why I say that is because Indiana beat Nebraska 56-7 at home. Ohio State only won by 3 points at home against Nebraska. I'm just saying, and obviously these things could happen. I'm taking Indiana over Ohio State this week, or is it next week? I think it's this week.
I think it's next week. Or is it this week?
Regardless, I'm taking Indiana over Ohio State. So that's why they're. But I believe Oregon beats Indiana in the Big Ten championship, so they secure the number 1 seed to go undefeated. I believe Georgia wins out. They have a hard schedule, but after going to Ole Miss and actually seeing it in person, I don't think their environment is that intimidating. I also don't think Ole Miss is as good of a team to beat Georgia. And the reason why I say that is they only beat us by 12 points at home, and we're terrible. So I think Georgia goes in there and personally stomps Ole Miss. If Georgia can beat Texas on the road, I think Texas is a much better team than Ole Miss. I think they beat Ole Miss and win the SEC and win out the rest of the year. I think they beat Tennessee at home as well. They win the SEC chip. BYU, I believe, goes undefeated. Their schedule is really not that difficult remaining. I think they win it out and they go all the way. SMU, I picked this literally 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago before we started this podcast because I thought Clemson was undefeated still, even though I literally watched them lose on Saturday. I just completely forgot. I think Miami's good. I think SMU is better. And there's really just not much else to say to that. I think Miami's had a lot of close games. SMU has, sure. SMU's one loss is BYU, who is undefeated, and they look pretty good. So I'm putting SMU at 4. My 5th pick, I'm putting Texas A&M. And the reason why I believe that is I believe Texas A&M is beating Texas in the last game of the season. I believe Texas A&M is going to the SEC championship against Georgia. And they lose to Georgia in the SEC chip, but they get the 5 seed. Could be wrong, but I think with this renewed rivalry, and it's in Kyle Field, it's probably going to be under the lights. I think you could see some magic there.
That South Carolina game, though, that was ugly.
That was ugly. It was ugly,
Not on Marshall Reed.
no,
That's on Marshall Reed.
That's fair.
But yeah.
Was it not on Marshall?
So at 6, I had Bama. I believe Bama's winning out the rest of the year. I believe they beat LSU, and I don't think it's going to be that close. I think LSU is a good football team. I think Bama is much better. Now, Bama has their holes for sure. They don't look as great, but I do think they went out the rest of the season and they secure the 6th seed. I'm taking Miami at 7. I believe that Miami goes to the ACC chip. They lose to SMU, but I believe that they drop below Texas A&M and Bama, but they're still one last team going to the playoff. I think they deserve it. Indiana, I'm putting them at 8. The reason why I'm putting them at 8 is that I believe they go undefeated until they play Oregon. But I think that the committee is going to favor A&M and Bama and Miami, personally, over Indiana in the playoff ranking. So I think I put Indiana at 8 because of that. Penn State I put at 9. They're not losing another game the rest of the year unless they pull a Notre Dame and lose to NIU or something like that. Penn State's a really good team. It's unfortunate, though, because it makes me frustrated that they're in, not because they don't deserve it, but it's just like I hate the idea that you cannot go to your conference championship and get in because you're undefeated when really there's only 2 powerhouse teams in your entire conference. But that's kind of like the Big 12. So anyways, I put Penn State at 9. I think they're going to get in. 10, I put Notre Dame. I hate doing this, but you have to do it. They're not going to lose another game the rest of the year. They're going to finish the season with 1 loss, and they're going to be in the playoff. That's just how it is. I put them at 10. But I also put them below Penn State because I believe Penn State is a better team, and obviously the other teams either played in their conference championship or I think the committee will favor over Notre Dame. 11, I put Colorado. And the reason why I put Colorado here is I looked at the Big 12 rankings after this weekend, and I thought, who's going to play in the Big 12 championship? And everybody talks about Iowa State. I looked at Kansas State too. Iowa State and K-State play each other the last game of the season. And regardless who comes out of that, Kansas State already has 2 losses in conference. Iowa State has 1 loss in conference. Colorado only has 1 loss in conference. So my prediction is that if Iowa State wins that game against Kansas State, they're going to the Big 12 chip. If they don't and Colorado remains undefeated, Colorado's going to the Big 12 championship. I personally took Kansas State over Iowa State in that game, and that's why I put Colorado in my Big 12 championship. I believe Colorado loses, but
So
with that appearance, I think...
lost Colorado? 3 lost Colorado in the playoff?
I know.
That's crazy. That's
I know.
A little scary.
Hey, it's the bracket.
That's true.
But
3 lost Colorado is crazy.
I know. But you got to do what you got to do. And also, too, I put them in there because I didn't know who else to put in. Because I hate Texas, and I don't want them in there. So, yeah, this bracket's probably wrong, but at least in that pick, I feel confident about my other ones. And then so I would put Boise State. They just look great. They're ranked high. They're looking really good, and I'm taking Boise State. So that is my bracket.
Terrible. Mine will be perfect in every aspect, bro.
Yours is awful. You have 4 SEC. Wait, how many? Wait. You have 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's
Texas, dude.
yeah. I don't see a world where there's less than 3 or 4.
Yeah, that definitely. I put 4. I think 4 in mine. 1, 2.
Yeah. 3 lost Colorado is crazy work. 3 lost Colorado is crazy work.
I see the vision.
I can see them
Yeah.
making the. If they make it, they're going to make it off the
Yeah.
Big 12 championship game.
Yeah.
But if they don't win the Big 12 championship game, then they have 3 losses.
Well, if they don't win, then we'll flip BYU. Or if they win, we'll flip BYU in Colorado. BYU at the 11, Colorado at the 3.
Colorado at the 3 spot would be the most insane.
that I think is possible.
No,
I actually think
100%.
that's
No,
possible.
Yeah.
But I don't think if they lose the Big 12 championship game, there's no way they're getting in.
To be honest, I forgot they had 3 losses. I thought they only had 1. So womp womp. Anyways, though, that's our playoff brackets. So it'll be interesting to see.
What time are we at?
In 4 weeks. We're at 17 minutes 45 seconds.
Perfect.
It'll be interesting to see. Come these games, these next few weeks. I'm excited. I think we should do a playoff bracket again the week before conference championship week because that'd be fun. Yeah. But it's going to be crazy to see how different they are because they will be. That's just college football. So let's get into OU Mizzou.
OU Mizzou, man.
This is a renewed rivalry. I remember growing up as an OU fan, my dad would always talk about us playing Mizzou and how big of a rivalry that was. And Mizzou used to be raw when they were in the Big 12, and then they changed conferences and they sucked. Chase Daniel, dude, he was gross. But this is a game that Joe John Finley has played in. This is a game that DeMarco Murray has played in. Brent Venables has coached in. There's a lot of bad blood between Mizzou, and you're seeing comments by Theo Weiss's dad posting FOU on Twitter back in August. There's a lot of bad blood here, and we have our O lineman Caden Green who transferred to Mizzou. There's a lot of bad blood here, just historically and renewed. So I think this is one of the most exciting games of the year, and not because it has really any implications for us whatsoever other than a bowl game, but for the fact that this is going to be a really fun game to watch. And I remember circling this on my calendar because me and Kylan have been going to every SEC game in Spencersville because he worked for the team. But this was one of my favorite games to actually go to. And I remember when we were talking about going to these games and potentially doing this, when ranking our tickets, we were going to put Mizzou as the first ticket that we wanted to get because this was the most exciting game. So with that being said, I say we get into a little breakdown of this week's game. Spencer, do you want to lead with the favorite? Because you were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we opened up as a 3-point dog. We are now a 3-point favorite, which I personally think is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Just stupid. Stupid is as stupid does, but I mean, it is what it is. We are the favorite.
Yeah.
I think part of that has to do with some rumors that Burks and Jilo Farouk are back. I think a lot of it has to do with signs of life on the offense at Ole Miss and then at Maine. But I don't see those signs of life being real at all. Or here, I'll say this: consistent. Those signs of life are not consistent. And if you think they're going to go in and play 4 great quarters of offense against Missouri, that's just ridiculous. So I don't see where they're coming from for a 3-point favorite for us. But it is what it is. That's what Vegas thinks. Vegas is on our side, which is crazy.
Yeah. And Vegas is pretty accurate.
Vegas is pretty good at their job.
Yeah. They're pretty damn good at their job.
They make a lot of money predicting games. We would not make a lot of money predicting games if we had to make predictions.
Yeah.
So
Vegas pretty good. Kylan, what do you have to add to that?
Honestly, I mean, we've all been saying, this is the new Bedlam.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, but this game, to me, I guess because I can't say that it's had as much of an impact. Yes, I remember growing up watching, but there wasn't, like, from when you, like, literally come out the womb, like, there's a hatred for OSU. There's a hatred for Texas.
Yeah.
It's one of those where it's like, I don't think we're trying to make something out of nothing. Like, it will definitely be chippy.
Yeah.
But I just don't think you'll ever get to that level where it's like, oh, this is – you were voting in class. Like, who do you think's going to win? OSU. And people were raging,
remember the school shirts where it's like half red, half orange on both sides?
I've never seen a house-divided OU and Mizzou license plate or a sign in
those
the yard.
Those shirts were hard.
They were tough.
They were tough. I remember we would, like, sell candy bars for it. I tried to sell so many. Those shirts were so tough.
I don't think it'll be a rivalry in the same way. But I do think there's a chance it's more even.
Oh,
That's the thing. Is like Bedlam was so lopsided that it ruined the effect of the rivalry.
Yeah.
And so because OSU, we grew up in Edmond,
exactly,
which is right smack dab in the middle. I kept telling Sydney that she's from Texas and she's like she never understood Bedlam.
Exactly.
And I'm like, you don't understand where I'm from. You pick a side,
either
and
it's almost the same drive.
Yes.
It's maybe 10 minutes
yes.
from Stillwater. But
So
it's the same drive.
So
it's crazy.
For us, I feel like we're a little biased on like how good Bedlam was. Because a lot of people from Texas at OU are like, Bedlam, what is Bedlam?
Yeah.
So, but I don't think it'll have that effect.
Yeah.
But I do think like it could be better in
it's a good game.
The transfers.
Yeah.
Like we have transfers from them, they have transfers from us.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the coaches. A lot of our coaches played in this game and hate each other.
Yeah.
And I also think the skill level is a little bit more on par.
Yeah.
Missouri
Joe John also coached at Mizzou.
Yeah. Really?
Joe John did.
Yeah.
So, I just think...
For a little bit. I don't.
That's why I think this rivalry does have a chance. Giving it the title the new Bedlam is hard because it's like Bedlam is so special.
Exactly.
But I think it has a chance to be a better rivalry than what we had with Oklahoma State.
Yeah. It'll be exciting. I'm stoked to watch it. I agree with all you guys' points, so I really have nothing to add to that because nothing will be Bedlam, but it'll be its own special thing in and of itself, So I think it's really exciting. Mizzou, I mean, they have a lot of interesting stats. Their offense is putting up 27 points a game-ish. They have 88 rushing first downs and 72 passing first downs, so clearly they're better at rushing for first downs than they are passing. They're averaging 4.6 yards per attempt when they rush, and they're averaging 6.88 yards per attempt when they're passing. So, on average, when they throw the ball and run the ball in consecutive plays, they're getting a first down. So their offense is doing pretty well. Their defense is allowing 17 points per game. So they're on average winning by 10 points every game. But their schedule would show otherwise. And you're seeing wins against Boston College by 6. You're seeing wins against Vanderbilt by 3.
At home.
At home. You're seeing wins by 4 against Auburn. So I would argue that the outliers for their scoring winning by 10 is because they played Buffalo and Murray State. When you look at their actual schedule from below, they're winning by maybe a touchdown or less. Or they're getting spanked by Alabama.
If there's if there is a number next to your name,
that's what I'm saying.
They're cooked. Yeah, they're actually
except for
cooked.
Vandy, which at the time I don't think they
weren't ranked.
They were not ranked.
No, that was like early in the season. Yeah, September.
Yeah.
It was week 4.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago they were like 24 or 25 in the poll, and the whole narrative on social media was, why are they there? Yeah. Because you can say they have a good schedule, but they haven't played anyone yet. They just haven't.
Yeah.
And every time they have gone against somebody, it's been bad. They win. So
Yeah.
At home, they play Vanderbilt. At home. They win by a field goal in overtime.
Yeah.
Then they go on the road to A&M. Was a very highly anticipated matchup. Got spanked.
They got
exposed. Exposed.
They literally got spanked.
And so then Auburn. Auburn is a
That's
team
crazy.
that we beat on the road. We beat Auburn on the road. Auburn goes to Missouri and almost wins. And almost
They
wins.
lose by 4 points.
So if we can beat them on the road and they can almost win it on the road, it's like the chain is working out for us there.
Yeah.
My thing is, this is my big thing for this whole game. The Alabama game. Missouri played Alabama on the road, and I get it. They're Alabama. But their defense is not great.
Yeah.
Alabama's defense is
it's
not
tough.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
You put up 0 on Alabama.
Not even a field goal.
I just want to say, we put up our horrendous offense on Texas's elite defense. Put up 3 points. They put up 0 points.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's actually insane. That means they literally could not even drive down the field. So I think our defense could do something here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't think Mizzou's all that. I've said that for a while.
I mean, I
they
think
just suck.
We've all said that they've been. I've thought they were fraudulent from the jump.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think we've all thought that they were pretty fraudulent from the
Yeah.
jump.
I think we said
I
that in
can
the
tell-
first pod.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
easy.
Yeah, we did.
And in my opinion, I don't know what the word. I don't think fraudulency is a word, but I'm going to use it. Fraudulency stems from the head of your program, and I think Eli Drinkwitz is the
Dude.
biggest fraud I've ever
I'm
seen
so glad
in
you
my
brought
life.
this up.
Because
He is a goober.
we're gonna insert. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna insert that clip. Can we use it? I don't know if
we can. Maybe we could do a screenshot of him
screenshot.
straddling.
Yes, because
Yeah.
there is, and I know we've talked about it before. It's that video of him they got. I think was it Williams and Henry or whatever.
Yeah.
They got him and he jumped into the other coach's arms. I get it, 5-star recruit.
Well, not just jump, straddled.
Jumped and
Jumped
like,
and straddled.
and it was just
And he had long khaki shorts on.
with the Crocs.
With
I
the,
just cannot understand. For me, as a grown man, you would have had to cut the cameras.
Dog,
You would have had to cut the cameras.
if I was a player, I'd want to slap him.
Saying,
Coach?
you got to be like, hey,
I'm like,
Coach,
no,
drink.
I'm transferring right now.
I'm putting
I'm
my
not having
name
my
on-
coach straddle another man in Crocs and long cargo khaki shorts. Yeah.
Camo. Not khaki.
Camo.
Camo. Yeah. He is
I don't care who he jumped and straddled.
goober.
It's just
He's
the
a goober.
fact that you're a coach. Like, I'm pretty sure when we got David Stone, that was like huge for us. It was like, let's go.
Yeah.
Probably pretty much same effect.
Yeah.
I can put every dollar I have to my name on the fact that Todd Bates didn't do that. Todd Bates, thank Lord you didn't do that. 'Cause I don't know who Todd Bates. Shout out Todd Bates.
Unless it's damn. I mean,
It
he
better
could
be
do that to-
Hercules.
He could do that to a damn redwood tree and it's falling over. Lord have mercy.
cool.
Jumping into grimace.
All respect to Todd
Straddle
Bates.
him.
All respect to Todd Bates.
Come here, Todd.
I love you, Todd Bates, but if he straddles a redwood tree, the thing's knocking over. So,
But like still, BV's not doing that.
you know what I think? Sorry to interrupt.
No, go
But
ahead.
I just think the head of a program, what I love about Brent Venables, and I have a man crush on Brent Venables to an extent,
Yeah, it's fair.
but what I love about Brent Venables is he leads the head of our program so
it's just like,
you just
Yeah.
think he's the strongest guy on earth.
whoa,
Yeah.
yeah.
And when he walks by you in a hallway, you're like, whoa, like, yeah. When he walks in the room, kind of how we talked about with Bama,
Yeah.
how when Nick Saban walked in the room, everyone shuts
Yeah.
up. It's
Yeah.
the same thing with BV.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guarantee you, the meeting room, Eli Drinkwitz walks in, people,
Clowning.
Hey, coach, come. Hey, what up, coach? What's up, coach? That's probably what's happening.
and he's
Like,
probably trying to. Anyways, I'm not
Coach
going to
is
get into
like
that.
doing this one.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude,
Yeah.
I
He's
just
goober.
like you said, that was literally what I was gonna say. Is that BV? It was probably just like, hey, let's go, good job, we got him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool, because that's your job is
Yeah.
to go land every 5-star that you possibly can. And I know, yes, that's only a small portion, but just all the stuff that I see him do, it's just like, man, it's just repetitive. And I'm like,
Just
dude,
goober
you're
stuff.
just a goober.
Dude, he's a goober, man.
You're just a goober. And I
Yeah.
personally don't
He's a
think
goober.
that I, in good faith, could go play for a coach that's a goober.
Absolutely.
No, I
Like,
couldn't.
by choice.
Dude, I'm not going to say any names here. I played at a junior college. And I played at 2 junior colleges, actually, with coaches that...
Dude, next topic.
It's hard to respect somebody who is like Eli Drinkwitz, and I know that from firsthand experience.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
So here's something I want to introduce. I've been really thinking about this. Do you guys remember at the beginning of the year? I think it was in the pod. Colby mentioned how Brent Venables' defenses can decline, especially last year. I mean, everybody knows it declined last year.
Yeah.
I'm starting to wonder, man. I'm starting to worry quite a bit, actually, because it's been slim pickings when you're looking for big game-changing defensive plays.
Yes.
Sacks, interceptions, fumble recoveries, all of it. And the defense has been great. But, like, even Tennessee,
we're like,
watching that defense, I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Top two and not two.
Yes.
And
then Auburn, I was like, whoa, this is a crazy defense. And then we play Texas. And then we play, South Carolina. And I get that game went terribly for the offense, but it's like, and then Ole Miss, it was like an all right defense. We didn't create any chaos.
yeah.
Here's my thing. Missouri put up 10 on A&M, 0 on Bama. If they go out there and put up 30 points against our defense, I can no longer say that our defense is an elite defense, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Because, I mean, and it depends, on, again, we've said it, it depends on what the offense gives them. Yeah. If they are in and out all the time, starting at the 30-yard line in field goal position, sure, that's not the defense's fault. But if it and so that's, in my opinion, the key to the game is the defense has got to get better. It cannot get worse. If it's like years past, we're going to lose this game.
Yeah.
And speaking of the defense, let's point to one particular person we need to worry about, which is Luther Burden III. This rascal plays receiver like nobody. He's going to be drafted. He is incredible. 40 receptions on the year, 450 yards. He's averaging 11.3 yards per catch, and he has 4 tutties. This guy can absolutely ball, and he's going to be a problem for our secondary, who seems to be struggling a little bit. So, I don't know. I mean, Mizzou is fraudulent. Looking back at that Carolina game that you brought up, Carolina's defense only scored 14 points. I say only. That's crazy. But they didn't return a pick six on... They returned 2 pick sixes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They didn't return one for a touchdown. The offense let him. But that means Carolina put up 20 points at home against our defense? I don't know. So I'm just thinking on the road, it's kind of a weird, I think, feeling for me because I feel like our offense is gaining some momentum. We're looking better. Obviously, it was Maine, but Ole Miss showed some signs of life. Obviously, this week, I think, just like what you brought up last year, which is or last podcast, which is it's nice to see the offense have a play design and then it works, So I think the offense is getting more confidence, but now I'm like, the offense is getting more confidence, but the defense seems to be going on the decline. So it's like, what happened? So I don't know. I'm a little nervous because I think our offense is getting better, and with Jaleel and Dion back, that could make a bigger difference, but if our defense is allowing 20 points to Carolina at home, you're allowing 14 against Maine. I personally put our score at 0 because our defense should have allowed 0. There is no way in the world Maine should have scored any points last week. So the fact that they did, they scored 2 touchdowns. I don't know. It's a little concerning. If Maine had scored 2 touchdowns at home against us, I don't care if they're garbage minutes or not. Yeah. What's Mizzou going to do at home?
That first touchdown was ridiculous.
They drove the whole field.
They drove the whole field in the first drive of the game.
Yeah.
I have a worry about the defense. In my opinion, to win this game, the offense has to play at the best of their potential. That's just a given.
Yeah.
So if that does happen, then the key to the game is this defense. And I'm worried about them. Gosh, would it suck to say that, man, we put up 35 points, but we lost. If that,
dude.
That, or even we put up 24 points, but we lost, it would be really disappointing because we expected so much from this defense, and it's not as dominant as we thought.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all know I always stick it for the defense. I feel like that's because I'm a defense guy.
Lunatic.
I literally just
an
want to see
absolute
people,
lunatic.
So Missouri has the 13th overall best defense in college football,
That's awesome.
and we have the 30th.
That's so awesome.
We have the 30th.
Wow.
So I mean, any
Wow.
other year on paper, you
Wow.
take us say we had the 30th best defense. I'm like, hey, it's pretty good.
We're winning the Natty.
But then it's just like,
Yeah.
well, the team that we're gonna play is 13th. So
And our offense sucks.
And our offense
sucks.
Yeah.
So
It's not Baker.
that.
Yeah.
Now I do think that is skewed. I do, like you said earlier. I think it's skewed because the first couple games where they allowed literally
0 or
nothing
3
and they were
points.
whatever.
Yeah.
But like you said, last week, during the game we were laughing.
Yep.
Because we were like, I kind of want Maine to do because
Yeah.
maybe that.
I remember. Yeah.
When I was like, man, that would be kind of funny if
Yeah.
they put up 28.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
remember
then-
seeing. Yeah.
It didn't. I thought about it maybe Monday or something. And I was like, wait, because I was just like, all right, talking about Mizzou this week.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wait, we just gave up 14 to Maine.
Yeah.
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
it was funny in the moment because I was just like,
Yeah.
we're so bad, we haven't lost. I hadn't seen us win, but now I'm like, wait, we have to win this to go to a bowl game, and we just gave up 14 to.
Yeah.
But then I go back to the thing that I think every team does it. I did it. I think a lot of people do it. Is that you play to that competition, and we do it, and it's notorious. We do
That's
it all the time.
OU.
We do it
Yeah.
all the time, and I don't know who can stop it. I think that's just human
Yeah.
nature because in baseball we
Yes.
did it
Yes.
because we lose to the worst of the worst, and then we go beat the best of the best, and it's like, well, who is this? Tennessee playing lights out defense,
Yes.
but then we give up 14 to Maine. It's just like, so that's where my hope is. I truly don't think. I think our key to the game is to. I'm not worried about Luther Burden as much just being a primary receiver. Is that but more so because they use him
To get everybody else elbow.
every
Yeah.
other
Yep.
because he's not even their Theo Weiss is their leading receiver.
Yeah. Yeah.
Luther Burden takes jet sweeps. He takes
Yeah.
handoffs.
He has several carries on the year. Several. Yeah.
So I'm worried about can we stop him with that because I'm trying to remember and I didn't go do the deepest dive. I don't know what teams have done that to us. Where it's just like a multi-purpose type of receiving where you can kind of go, hey, I might throw him on a little motion, pitch, whatever.
Texas, maybe.
I kind of felt like last year Oklahoma State used Brennan Presley in a lot of ways.
They use that's just how they use him,
Yeah.
but that's kind of almost how you have to.
That's
he's so small.
That's
and
who
it works,
Brennan Presley is.
and
yeah,
it works
yeah,
because
it
he's
works really well.
shifty in space, whatever. But I mean, that's
That's another
issue.
conversation.
But still, I don't know how well we can play, not having played an elite. Even the defense has not seen anything like that in so long. They haven't got to practice against it. You can't. That's the one thing you can scout team quarterbacks and whatever because you can go put whoever at quarterback and be like, oh, this is supposed to simulate this mobile guy, and it's a receiver playing quarterback because he can run. But you cannot if you don't have a guy that can do what he can do. What do you do? How do you prepare for it? Who you can put Jacob Jordan.
You pray.
Literally, you literally have to pray.
Yeah.
That's my big concern. Like you guys said, will we be able to stop? Because I don't think if Brady Cook plays, I don't really care. I don't think he's very good. If their backup plays, he's awful too. So it doesn't matter. But can we stop Luther Burden? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows? We'll find out Saturday.
Yep.
Being said, let's get into some score predictions.
One last thing I'll say.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what to expect from this offense, dude.
I don't either.
I have no idea what to expect. I literally don't even know.
Don't either.
I don't know who's going to be playing, at all. And their defense, I don't know what to even expect from their defense.
Yep.
It's crazy. When the offense is out on the field and their defense, I have no idea what's going to happen.
Imagine we come out, put up 65 points.
I'll be over the
To
moon because then
0.
I'll be like, we might be able to beat Bama, and then we might be able to beat LSU, but then we're probably won't.
And then we're still not doing anything.
We're going to the Holiday Bowl.
The Holiday Bowl.
It's like, all right.
Yeah. Who knows? Exciting week. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
You guys ready to get into some score predictions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Go do a little Around the World segment. Around the world.
They get beat.
We got some pretty
Get some-
good. We got some good,
Last week it was the same as always. It was
some good games.
we
But,
got time. We got a little bit of time, I think. So we can go back last week.
No, we're running late.
We'll just run through Kylan won last week again.
Typical.
I lost because Ohio State and Penn State didn't go my way. They sold that game so
All
hard.
right, man. We told you not to do it.
Did I lose the worst? I probably did.
No, I lost the worst because you guys picked 3 for 4. I picked 2 for 4 on games.
You're some bot.
Jeez.
Yeah, we all missed on South Carolina.
That's fair.
All right,
Yeah.
BYU, Utah.
I'm gonna pick first
There you
because
go.
I'm not the copycat.
Oh, okay,
Like,
buddy.
refer to me.
Gonna be last place this week. Negative 500 points.
I'm making BYU over Utah. BYU's winning the Big 12 for me, so I'm sticking to my bracket. I'm standing on it.
Wow.
I think BYU and Utah is actually gonna be a close game because they're literally like 5 minutes from each other in campus, or however they close they are. But I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game. So I'm taking BYU 24. And I'm taking Utah 17.
Yeah, I've actually driven from literally right next to the University of Utah to Provo. It's literally 30 minutes. It's kind of a
30
cool little
minutes.
rivalry I
My
like
bad.
about them. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
It'll be fun. It'll be a fun new rivalry that's going on, conference rivalry.
Yeah.
I also think BYU goes against my bracket. That's going to be a theme today. BYU, I'll take them 25-18.
That's good.
I literally
crazy.
added a point to go.
I'm going 26-9. No, I got BYU. I think Utah at the beginning, usually they're like, oh, Utah's going to be
Yeah.
good, but then they just fell off. I got BYU putting up, give me 27-13.
Oh, I thought you were going to do like 2-1. Yeah.
Alabama, LSU.
All right, well, that's probably going to be the score since Kylan
Yeah,
said
probably
it.
will be. I'm taking Bama here to stick to my bracket, and just because I believe Bama is a better team. It's in Baton Rouge, so I do think it'll be under the lights, which is going to have an impact. I think Bama is actually going to score quite a bit of points here. Call me crazy. Came back to the bracket. Oh, that'd be sick, actually, to go to that game. I'm taking Bama 33. No. I'm sorry.
Could.
I'm taking Bama 34, and I'm putting LSU at
That's me.
17. So,
yeah, you're right.
yeah. 34-17, Alabama over LSU.
Not bad.
6:30, Baton Rouge. LSU's got this one, I think.
That'd be sweet if they did. I'm rooting for LSU.
Dude,
That'd be cool.
I don't think Alabama's incredible this year. If you can lose at night in Vanderbilt, you sure as hell can lose at night in LSU, for sure.
That's
So, I think it's a high-scoring little shootout kind of matchup. I think it'll be like 42-39 LSU.
I'm gonna have to be the copycat on Spence right here, but like you said, I think Death Valley at night and Bama. If it was Bama of like old, I'd be like, oh, Bama's cooking.
Yeah.
But it's just if Bama had a solid defense, I would say they would.
That's the big
That's
difference.
literally it.
Yeah.
But I think that they're so, and LSU's not the most explosive offense ever, but they can
They score.
manhandle.
Mhm.
They can score. So
they'll score.
the Garrett Nussmeier to Kyron Lacaze connection is solid. I'm gonna go. LSU is gonna put up 38. Bama's gonna score 28.
Fire.
Nice.
I want to clarify. I hope you guys win because I would love to see LSU win.
Oh, 100%.
But I'm just saying on my bracket. Georgia, Ole Miss. I don't think Ole Miss is great. I'm taking Georgia here. Oh, you're on Kylan's. Once again, I don't think this is very close. I don't think Georgia is like the Georgia of old, but I think they're a lot better than Ole Miss. And I know Ole Miss hung up 63 against Arkansas, but they didn't look great against us. They lost to LSU on the road. I just don't see it with Ole Miss. And they lost to Kentucky at home. Who they're playing Georgia at home. I'm taking Georgia here, 31-20 against Ole Miss.
Nice.
It's a good score right there. I like that.
Again, I'm gonna go against my bracket. I don't think Ole Miss is that great of a team. Put them in my bracket because I had to. Nobody else to go in there. Could be Tennessee in the bracket now that I'm thinking about it. Georgia, Ole Miss. I just think Georgia's defense is really good. I don't think their offense is that great. I just think Carson Beck's not that good. I'm going to have to go with them only
That's fair.
putting up 17 or not 17. Yeah. Ole Miss only putting up 17 because that good defense, which is crazy because they put up 63. Georgia, I'll give them also 31.
Solid.
Bull crap.
It's 2:30, and I just don't. I'm banking on the fact that Ole Miss's environment gets better as the day gets later. Like, I think maybe their night games
I just don't
have to be better because what we saw
They're
at
too
11
drunk.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think like what we saw at 11 a.m. was really, really bad.
Fair.
I think any team. So I'm like,
that's
you
fair.
scoot it a couple hours, it'll probably be a little better, but I still don't think it's going to be anything. Because, I mean, really the only SEC environment we've really seen,
the best one was Auburn.
And that's like the
we've only seen two.
Yeah,
Auburn, Ole Miss. Because all the away games were this week in LSU.
So
the next two.
I'm going Georgia, and I'm going Carson Beck. I don't think he's playing very well, but they just didn't look that scary, honestly. We were competing until literally our right tackle came out the game.
With an OC hired or promote that week. Yeah.
So I think Georgia's probably going to put it on them. I'll go 34. Give me 34-13.
Awesome.
Dude, another thing is about that old environment, I will say, is like they're playing OU.
Yeah.
We suck. So
fair
enough for them.
Yeah. Okay. The game.
Oklahoma
versus Mizzou.
Time to play the game. Ha ha!
Wow. Well, this is going to be really exciting. I can't wait to go watch the game. Me and Kylan will be there. It's going to be a long day. We're driving down and driving back the same day. So, white gummy bear, rain white gummy bear, pounding them. We're going to be going. I'm super stoked. It's going to be a night game. It's supposed to be raining. It's supposed to be a little bit chilly. The best football weather possible. I think the stadium's going to be fun. They don't have a really nice stadium, but I think it'll be a really fun atmosphere. So I'm stoked. With all that yapping being said, being an OU podcast, and I know we've gone against OU before, but Vegas, I'm just saying Vegas is wrong very, very, very few times. And there's a reason they make a lot of money, because they're mostly right. And I just have a belief that maybe an ounce of my body can believe that some change might be happening. And with Deion and Jaleel, I don't know how much of a benefit that's going to make, but I do believe that will be a benefit above Zion Ragens and Brennan Thompson. With that being said, though, I'm taking OU. And I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game because I don't believe our offense is incredible, but I believe we put up 24, and I think Mizzou puts up 20. And I think it's a close game, but I think we squeeze it out. And I think how we do it is a touchdown at the end of the game.
Deshaun McCall in the end zone. Fourth down stop.
Yeah. I think it's like 17-20, and we're down, and we have like a 2-minute drive, and we score tutty.
God, I would never depend on us to complete a 2-minute drive.
I wouldn't either, but I'm going to say it because I'm saying it into existence.
Good.
I got us 7-11.
That's ridiculous, Spencer.
Yeah.
That's so silly.
Hey,
that might happen, though.
Yeah, it's not a bad guess. Time to play the game.
I got that. I have the Oklahoma belief. I try and disconnect myself. I don't care about this team, but it just creeps back into my body. And
I got a good feeling.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, like
I don't honestly think we're gonna get spanked. Like, there's no part of me that's like we're gonna get killed. If we do, I'll honestly be shocked if we get spanked. Mm-hmm. That being said, I don't believe in the offense really. If the rumors, the word on the street is true that we're getting Jaleel and Deion back, I would jump and scream and jump on the table, but Jaleel Farouk they have both not played in multiple weeks, and it is very hard to just come right back into SEC play and make this huge impact. Just because they're out there doesn't mean they're going to perform. Yeah. So he might get hit one time and he might break his foot. Like, it might not be all the way healed because freak stuff happens all the time.
Dang, don't wish that.
I'm not wishing upon it. I'm just saying. Knock on wood. I'm just saying that could happen.
Yeah.
And that would be really sad.
Yeah.
But either way, I think we're going to come out. We have more dog. We have the better leader as a coach, and I think we're going to win the game.
Yes, we do.
I'm going to go 17. I'm going to go 17-16.
That's fair.
We're down 16-14. We kick a field goal, and then we go stop them. Huh?
They get a safety?
Oh, you get that with field goals.
Yeah. I think if you put up a touchdown, 2 field goals, or 2 touchdowns, or
3 field goals, 3 field goals. Yeah.
I think our defense.
Yeah, word.
I think they stop them.
I don't believe in them, but I'm glad that you do.
That's fair.
That's fire. Okay, guys. Well, that's it. That's our playoff brackets. I know they're going to look a lot different come 3 weeks from now, but that's exciting and that's really cool. Got some good games this weekend. I'm excited to see how they turn out. this Mizzou game is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. And yeah, you guys have anything else?
That's all, pod.
Yeah, we got some Sam's to eat. So
Yeah.
see you Sunday.
Hey!